Hey there, Cube Snappers. You're probably watching this because you are very angry because CubeSnap is not working for you. So let me try to explain what's probably happening. There are three possibilities that I want to talk about, and I imagine why you're having a problem is one of these possibilities. So the first possibility, and I doubt it is in your case because you probably tried a bunch of times, is that you've entered the cube and you somehow swapped the color. So you might have called, or you or the camera might have called reds oranges or oranges reds. In each instance, in that case, it'll get confused and not be able to solve it. So what I would suggest is to make sure that you follow the instructions here and that you enter using these buttons down here and be very careful. Okay? So that might be the situation, or probably isn't, so let's move on. The next option is that at some point, an older brother, a father, someone yourself decided that it would be fun to take apart your cube and then just put it back together willy-nilly. And if you put it back together in a way that was not solved, then you probably left yourself a cube that could not be solved. It seems like you could put it together in any way, and then and if you just switched it around enough, you could eventually solve it. That's not true. There are ways to put the Rubik's Cube back together such that it is not solvable. Actually, it's very easy to do. So if you took it apart and put it back together and it's not working, it's most likely because you put it together in a way that cannot be solved. In this case, it's not a CubeSnap problem. It's more laws of nature, laws of geometry. Maybe there's a forum there you can complain to, but it's not CubeSnap problem. And I would suggest in this case that you go ahead and just put it back together in a solved state, but do so at your own risk and make sure you know what you're doing. Now, there's a third possibility that CubeSnap can help you with, and that is you have a cube that is not normal. So it is solvable, but it's not normal. What do I mean by normal? Well, I'm going to take a cube here. This doesn't look normal, but it is actually configured like a standard Rubik's Cube. And what that means is that if blue is facing you and yellow is facing up, orange will be left, red will be right, green will be back, okay, and yellow will be top, and white will be bottom. So the standard Rubik's Cubes are like this, and if you have a kind of a standard configuration, you are fine and you should not come into any problems, especially if you haven't taken your cube apart. Now, there are sneaky problems. This is an older style Rubik's Cube. And let's just go ahead and look at the similarities and differences here. So we'll take the blue side with the yellow side facing up. Okay. So we have a blue side with the yellow side facing up. In this one, however, the left side is red. We have a red center square where here it's orange, and on where it should be red, it's orange, right? So this is different. And on the bottom, this one's green and this one's white. And then if we look on the back, this one's white and this one's green. So if you don't do anything with CubeSnap, it's going to assume you have this configuration. And when you enter in this one, it's going to say cannot be solved. It's going to assume that the cube is invalid. But there is now a fix for this with the last release in Cube Color Studio. And I'll show you that, but first I want to prove that we can get an error with the cube, change in Cube Color Studio, and then we will then have a cube that is solvable. So let's go ahead and do this. And this will say not solvable when I'm done. Okay, I wanted to get all those colors switched, so that's no fun. Sometimes when you change your cube, you have to retrain. That's expected, so expect that to happen. All right, so I need to make sure I get orange side. All right, still training. Let's get the green side. Okay, it's getting a little better. Now we're in red. Let's call this orange. And now we're on white. And now we're going to do yellow. Okay, and you probably got this error at some point. There could be lots of reasons why there's a problem. Now, let's go ahead and reset Cube and go to Cube Color Studio and correct the orientation here in or the configuration here in CubeSnap. So let's go ahead and have blue facing us and yellow facing up. All right. Now, instead of left being orange, we need to make left red, and right we need to make orange. And then the back is white, not green, and down is green, not white. Okay, so now I've customized my cube and I shouldn't have problems anymore. So let's close, and let's go ahead and see what we can do. So now these instructions are going to make more sense. So we take the blue side with the yellow side facing up. All right, whenever you reset your cube, you have to kind of retrain it. I know that's a little annoying. Okay, so now we'll do red. Let's call this orange. White. Okay, training is taken into effect a bit here. Looks good. All right, and yellow, and I imagine we're now going to have success. Look, now it works. I'm going to go ahead and prove it to you. It'll solve it in 7 steps. Perfect. Okay, so I hope this explained your problem. If you feel that none of these solutions are solving your problem, what I would suggest is to take a picture of your cube and make sure to, so you can go ahead and message me. I'll go and show you how to do that. So solve new cube, send message to developer. So go ahead and message me, but also go ahead and include pictures of your cube, and you need to do it in a specific way. I want 2 pictures of your cube, and I want to see 3 sides in each picture. So something like this, where I can see 3 sides, and then you go to the other 3 sides so I can see the other 3 sides. So that way I can get a sense of how your cube's configured. Also, if you wouldn't mind, you can also write what's top, front, top, bottom, left, and so forth. So I can even so I can really be sure about how your cube's configured. And then I can try to figure out exactly what's going on. Though I can almost guarantee that it's either you're entering it in the colors incorrectly, you've taken apart your cube, or you have not configured your cube. But I'm happy to hear feedback either way. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you a little bit, because I really want this product to work for you. I know you spent money on it. And again, please message me with any feedback, or if you have ideas for new features or something you want to see in the future. I'm happy to listen, and I oftentimes do end up doing what you say. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.